these are not jobs that that a B Tech or a BE student graduating fresh off college can get into. They're very sophisticated.
Well,
How do you
yeah.
equip yourself to
So
get
you'd
into
be
this line of
surprised
work?
that actually one of the barriers that was discussed, because I was part of those committee meetings, one of the barriers that was discussed to bringing a semiconductor fab into India, the machines anyway are going to come from somewhere, and you have to set up this line. You got to make sure the yields are good enough commercially that you can compete with the other fabs in the world and hold your own, even if you are having a market in India and so on. The point is, a lot of the people who need to be on the shop floor are not necessarily, are even probably well trained technicians and we actually don't even have the academic infrastructure to train have well trained technicians or even shop floor engineers. The IIT output, for example, is not suitable in large numbers for this. So, one of the things that was pointed out to us by the leading fab uh, potential partners who were going to set this up was, where are the engineers? I can't bring them from Taiwan.
Yeah.
Okay, and we didn't have them. And we still don't have them. So, actually, right now, there are some programs that are being run by some colleges, not the IITs, where students are actually being trained 6 months here and they're being sent to Taiwan for the rest of the training. So it's not true that we have the, though we produce so many engineers and so on. And this area doesn't require zillions, lots of people the way manufacturing does. But even the numbers that are required, we don't produce them. So there are many. There's a whole, the entire value chain in the semiconductor manufacturing. We have a huge hole, and we are now having to fill it. So if you look at the first fab that's being set up, there, I read somewhere that something like 60, 70 of the top management is all expats who have been brought in because we just didn't have it. But I would say even the shop floor people are all being trained now by special programs. They just can't be, you can't hire a staffing company and get them off the Indian firmament. It's not going to happen.
On a related note, when IIT Madras was set up, 60-70% plus of the
Yeah.
professors were probably
So it
expats.
can
So
be done, but it needs, what is governments are not very good at this kind of very strategic plugging holes and getting things done and so on. So, but unfortunately, semiconductor technology is one area where it requires that kind of attention to be paid if we have to get it off the ground.